Let me ask you something gentle but powerful. What if living to 100 wasn't about supplements, strict diets, or giving up everything you love? What if it wasn't about counting every calorie, memorizing health rules, or chasing the latest biohacking trend? What if it was much simpler than that? Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most respected physician, lived to be 105 years old. And he wasn't just alive at 105. He was still working, still writing, still seeing patients with a calm presence and a steady smile. He was sharp, curious, present, and he didn't rely on a pill cabinet or an army of green juices to keep going. Instead, he relied on a rhythm, a gentle, joyful rhythm. He ate light. He walked stairs instead of elevators. He laughed often. He believed in staying useful, staying curious, and, this part is my favorite, smiling as much as possible. And before he passed, he shared his life's simple secrets. That's what we're going to explore in this video, not from a place of fear, but from a place of gentle curiosity. Because when you look at people like Dr. Hinohara, or the residents of Okinawa, Japan, who routinely live to 90 and 100 while still walking, cooking, even gardening, you start to realize something. The way we're aging in the West, it might be the wrong blueprint. Here in the US, the average lifespan is 76. In Okinawa, it's 84. And many go well beyond that, thriving into their late 90s and early hundreds. What's their secret? It's not expensive treatments. It's not strict rules. It's not some hidden village with magical water. It's what they eat, how they move, and how they live, day after day, year after year, with quiet joy and discipline wrapped in simplicity. Dr. Hinohara didn't count macros. He didn't obsess over sugar grams. He didn't hop from one health trend to the next. He lived with intention, not perfection. And the results were stunning. In fact, the 5 daily principles he followed have been shown to protect the heart and arteries, support smooth digestion, reduce inflammation, boost mental clarity, and promote energy that doesn't fade with age. So in this video, we're going to walk through those 5 powerful habits, one at a time, with real stories of people just like you who made small changes and started feeling younger, lighter, and more alive. We'll talk about how eating just a little less can add years to your life, how plant proteins and fermented foods can nourish your gut, brain, and joints, why you shouldn't fear carbs but instead choose the right ones, and most importantly, how a gentle daily rhythm, more than any superfood or supplement, may be the greatest medicine of all. And don't worry, we're not here to guilt you into change. We're here to invite you into something better, something simpler, something that honors the body you've lived in and the years still ahead of you. Stick with me till the end, because we'll not only break down these principles, you'll also meet people just like you who've applied them and seen quiet, powerful transformation. Because this isn't just about living longer, it's about feeling lighter, thinking clearer, and smiling more often as the years unfold. Now take a deep breath, maybe grab a warm cup of tea, and let's begin, together, with the first principle, Dr. Hinohara followed every single day. Eat until you are 80% full. Habit 1. The power of eating until you're 80% full. Hara Hachi Bu. Let's begin with something deceptively simple. How much do you eat at each meal? Enough to feel satisfied? Or enough to feel stuffed? In many parts of the world, especially here in the West, fullness has become the goal. We're taught from childhood to clean our plates, to finish strong, that more food means more value, and walking away hungry means something's wrong. But in Okinawa, Japan, a region with one of the highest concentrations of people over 100 years old, they do the opposite. They practice something called harahachi bu, which means this: eat until you are 80% full. Not completely full, not uncomfortably full, just satisfied. It's a habit passed down for generations, and it may be one of the greatest secrets to long life and lasting health. Why? Because when we stop eating just before we're full, we give our body space to work efficiently. We reduce the burden on our digestive system. We avoid the inflammation, insulin spikes, and oxidative stress that often come with overeating. We also allow our hormones like ghrelin and leptin to rebalance and regulate hunger naturally. It's not about restriction, it's about respect for the body's signals, for our long-term energy, and for the meal itself. Let me introduce you to Helen, a retired school teacher who's 68 and spent her life doing what so many of us were taught to do, finishing everything on her plate. She'd grown up hearing, "Don't waste food. There are people starving elsewhere." So even when she felt full halfway through her lunch, she'd keep going, because it felt wrong to stop. But over the years, Helen began to feel the toll. She noticed sluggish digestion, a heavy feeling in the afternoon, occasional bloating, and more nights of restless sleep. One day she read about harahachibu, and something inside her softened. She thought, what if I could still honor my food without punishing my body? So she made a small change. Halfway through her meals, she'd pause, she'd take a breath. She'd ask herself, am I still hungry? Or am I just eating because the food is there? And you know what happened? She began leaving the table with more energy. Her bloating reduced, her sleep improved. She even found herself enjoying her meals more because she was present for them. You see, it's not about forcing yourself to eat less. It's about learning to listen to those quiet signals that tell you when you've had enough. And the science supports this. The National Institute on Aging has found that moderate caloric restriction without malnutrition can reduce inflammation, improve metabolic health, and even extend lifespan. Dr. Hinohara himself believed in eating light, eating slowly, and leaving the table slightly unsatisfied. Not because he lacked discipline, but because he had wisdom. He understood that eating is about more than just food. It's about how you feel afterward, how you age, how you show up in your life. So here's something gentle you can try tonight. Take your time at dinner. Put your fork down between bites. Take a breath. And when you feel about 70% full, pause. Notice how you feel. Give your body space to respond. And see if maybe, just maybe, you don't need that extra bite after all. Because every time you stop just before full, you're not depriving yourself. You're protecting your energy. You're honoring your digestion. You're aging with intention, not impulse. So here's your invitation. Don't eat until you're full. Eat until you're clear. Coming up next, we'll explore a surprising source of protein that fuels some of the world's longest living people, and why it might be time to rethink what's on your plate. Habit 2. Choosing plant-based proteins, especially soy. When people talk about protein, especially in the West, they often mean meat, chicken, beef, eggs. But in Okinawa, where some of the world's longest living people reside, the main sources of protein are not steaks or burgers. They're plant-based, especially soy. Tofu, miso, edamame, natto. These are daily staples, not occasional add-ons. Why does that matter? Because soy-based foods offer complete protein, meaning they contain all essential amino acids. They're also packed with isoflavones that reduce inflammation, fiber that supports digestion, and compounds that promote heart and brain health. Dr. Hinohara, Japan's most respected doctor, ate tofu almost daily. He believed it helped keep his arteries clean, his digestion smooth, and his energy steady, even into his 90s and beyond. Let's take Frank, 73. A retired engineer, he avoided soy for most of his life. He'd heard rumors that it might mess with hormones. But after watching a documentary about Japanese centenarians, he decided to try something new. He started replacing red meat twice a week with tofu stir-fry. Nothing fancy. Just tofu, bok choy, garlic, and ginger. 3 weeks later, something changed. His blood pressure dropped. His afternoon joint stiffness eased. He even stopped needing his 3 p.m. nap. He didn't give up meat completely. He just added balance. That's the point. You don't have to go vegan or throw out your favorites. Just add a little variety. Try lentils, black beans, or tofu once or twice a week. Start small. A bowl of miso soup, a bean salad, a tofu curry. Let your body feel the difference. Because the goal isn't restriction, it's renewal. And sometimes what helps us live longer isn't what we remove, but what we're finally willing to include. Up next, a humble food that might be sitting in your fridge right now. One that could transform your gut, your brain, and even your mood. Habit 3. Embracing fermented foods. In Japan, one of the quietest but most powerful longevity secrets isn't a supplement or medicine. It's fermented food. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, fermented seaweed. These are eaten daily in places like Okinawa, and they do more than just flavor a meal. They heal. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara began each morning with miso soup. For him, it wasn't just tradition. It was daily medicine. These foods contain living probiotics that support your gut, digestive enzymes that help you absorb nutrients, and natural compounds that reduce inflammation and protect your immune system. Now meet Claire, 70, a retired librarian. She struggled with bloating, irregular digestion, and a heavy feeling after meals. She tried probiotic capsules, fiber powders, even digestive enzymes. Nothing helped. Then a friend gave her real miso paste. She started sipping warm miso broth every morning, just one small cup, no diet overhauls. By week 2, her bloating eased. Her energy felt smoother. Her afternoon heaviness faded. Her body responded, not to pills, but to food alive with life. You don't need to change your whole diet. Just add one fermented food, a spoon of miso in warm water, a slice of naturally pickled cucumber, a few bites of kimchi. Let it become a quiet ritual, something healing, not hard. Because aging well isn't about chasing the newest thing. Sometimes it's about returning to what's been working for centuries. Coming up, a forbidden food in the West that Okinawans eat every day and credit for their strong hearts and clear arteries. Habit 4. Choosing the right carbs like sweet potatoes. In the West, carbs are often treated like the enemy, especially for seniors. Avoid starch, cut carbs, watch your sugar. But in Okinawa, where people regularly live past 100, carbohydrates aren't feared. In fact, they're celebrated, especially one in particular, Japanese purple sweet potatoes. These sweet potatoes are not just colorful, they're powerful. They make up over 60% of daily calories for many centenarians in Okinawa. Why? Because they're rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that protect the heart and blood vessels. They're also full of fiber, which supports digestion, and they have a low glycemic index, which means they release energy slowly and don't spike blood sugar. Dr. Hinohara preferred sweet potatoes over rice. He believed they were easier on the body and packed with natural healing. Science backs it up. Research shows these potatoes support better blood flow, lower inflammation, and even protect against memory decline. Now meet Paul, 69. Pre-diabetic and tired of feeling drained, he had cut out all carbs. But his energy crashed, his mood dipped, and his sugar cravings got worse. His dietitian suggested a change. Not more pills, but one food: steamed Japanese sweet potatoes. He added half a cup to lunch. Not fried, not loaded with sugar, just simple and clean. Within 2 weeks, his blood sugar stabilized. His energy lasted longer. His cravings dropped. His body responded. The message here is simple. You don't need to fear carbs. You just need to choose wisely. Whole, slow-burning, fiber-rich carbs like sweet potatoes can fuel your body and protect your heart without the crash. Coming up next, a principle even more powerful than food: the rhythm of life that kept Japan's oldest doctor active, joyful, and sharp until the very end. Habit 5. Living with rhythm, not rules. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara didn't follow a strict diet. He didn't obsess over labels, calories, or carbs. What he followed was rhythm, a joyful, balanced rhythm that guided how he ate, moved, and lived every single day. Each morning he began with something simple, like miso soup, a short walk, or quiet reading. He avoided elevators and took stairs, even in his 90s. He gave lectures, wrote books, and stayed involved in the world around him. He smiled often, and he believed that staying useful, curious, and lighthearted was the real medicine. Let's meet Marie, 71. She used to stress over food rules: low carb, low sugar, sugar-free everything. But all that obsession only made her anxious. Then she came across Dr. Hinohara's story. Inspired, she shifted her focus from control to rhythm. She started walking 20 minutes every morning. She took her meals slowly. She added a small afternoon tea break just to sit, breathe, and look out the window. She planted a few herbs on her windowsill and smiled as they grew. The result? Less anxiety, more energy, better sleep, and a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. The truth is, health isn't just about what you eat. It's how you live around your food. It's about the little rituals that give your day shape, meaning, and calm. Don't just count protein. Count your quiet mornings. Don't just reduce sugar. Increase laughter. Don't just chase perfection. Embrace a gentle rhythm. Because sometimes the best diet is simply to live lightly, eat joyfully, and smile as often as you can. Up next, we'll wrap it all up and show you how to begin your own longevity rhythm, one small step at a time. Conclusion: start small, live long. Let's bring it all together. Dr. Hinohara didn't live to 105 because of strict rules or extreme routines. He lived with intention, simplicity, and joy. And so can you. Here are the 5 gentle shifts inspired by his life. Eat until 80% full. Give your body what it needs, not more. This helps digestion, reduces inflammation, and supports long-term energy. Add plant-based proteins. Tofu, lentils, and beans fuel your body without the heaviness. Just a few meals a week can make a difference. Include fermented foods, a spoon of miso, a few pickled veggies, or a little sauerkraut feeds your gut and strengthens your immunity. Choose smart carbs like sweet potatoes. They're full of fiber, antioxidants, and energy that lasts without blood sugar crashes. Live with rhythm, not rules. Walk, smile, take quiet breaks, enjoy meals slowly. Let your life flow with joy, not pressure. The best part? You don't have to do it all at once. Just start with one habit, one bite, one small change. Which one speaks to you today? Let us know in the comments. Your choice might inspire someone else. And remember, this isn't about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Coming up next, we'll expose one popular health food that might secretly be aging your body faster than you think. Don't miss it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We're here to help you live lighter, live longer, and feel better, one step at a time. See you in the next one.